What's going on, everyone? We just wanted to take a second to thank you for all your support so far. It means the world to us. Also, wanted to give a special shout out to our partner and friends at Mahon River Farm. They are your local source of pasture raised poultry. Make sure to give my buddies Alex and Tom a call and arrange a time to check out their farm and pick up some meat for the freezer. No steroids, no hormones, just all natural chickens. Give them a follow on Facebook and tell them we sent you. Next shout out goes to the Hometown Advantage podcast. They're a big supporter of this show. They're your local sports podcast here in Cecil and Harford County, shining light on all the youth athletics and high school athletics in this area. So make sure you give them a follow on Spotify, like them, rate them, download them. Also hit them on YouTube and give them a like and a subscribe over there and help those guys grow. Thanks for tuning in to the Upper Bay Podcast.
Is it?
Oh,
I don't mind.
now, all right. I think we're good. What's going on, everybody? It's the Upper Bay Podcast, back with another episode. Everybody has been hitting it hard in the woods. It is peak November, pure peak estrus. Mason shaking his head because he's out there tossing out the I don't like November, and it's irritating everybody.
Yeah,
What's wrong? What's wrong, Mason? Come on, man. Just tell it us like it is.
I'd be fine if it ended on the 31st of October.
Oh, please.
I just don't enjoy it.
Why, man?
It's too unpredictable. I know you can like hunt the downwind side of doe bedding and like pinches, but like you got more guys in the woods on public that just don't have the rut and they at Walmart and they're just
Yeah, I feel for you, especially after your snaps today. I was like, oh God, I'm so glad I hunt private land.
Yeah.
It is tough, man. But I mean, I know we talked about it a little bit, but I haven't hunted much, but it has been a struggle bus. And now it's been even harder to get on anything because, there's no pattern. Like you said, it's just a guessing game of hunting bedding areas and where they're going to be. But I had a pretty good hunt tonight. Passed up another 2.5, 3.5-year-old deer somewhere in there, another 7-point at 10 yards. Passed him up at like 3:00 this afternoon. Then I saw a bunch of does after that. And then at probably like 5:00, the biggest one on the farm that we know of, daylighted out in the middle of a field, just following a doe. So he wasn't chasing. So I'm thinking he's in lockdown with her because he was just kind of following right behind her, not doing too much, just keeping tabs on her. Just wherever she went, he went. He was never like full blown chasing her. So I'm hunting all day tomorrow. I'm going to try and get in where she went into at dark. She went right into like a bedding area that we know pretty well. So I'm going to sit somewhere on that bedding all day tomorrow and just kind of hopes that they didn't move too far tonight.
Gonna blow.
Tomorrow it is?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Glad I took off work.
Big
Worse than today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
20 to 30 is what they're called for as like the sustained.
Cool. No, I love that. We get the best cold front of all November and it just howling.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, oftentimes that's what comes with a cold front, any kind of front. Always comes with wind on one side.
Yeah. Thanks for the words of encouragement, guys. I really appreciate it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sometimes wind is your best friend, man. I mean, you can definitely you can get away with more in the wind for sure.
Yeah.
Like, tonight leaving the woods, like I got within like 10 yards of 2 deer that
Right.
I think if the wind wasn't blowing the direction it was, you never get that close to those deer.
Yeah.
It covers you up, it's like you make a noise in your stand. Guess what? The wind could save you, because it covers up all that like BS. So don't give up. I got highlights for
appreciate it, man. I don't have high hopes. I don't have anything figured out. I'm just going in there blind, man. I'm just out there slinging.
Yeah, take place.
That 7-pointer walks past me one more time. I swear to God, he's going to get it.
Yeah.
But so in this episode, we're going to get into a little bit. So you guys have both, Mason's killed 1 buck and then went pure seek a deer rut and got a seek a deer. And then Rich, you killed a buck. What's it been? 2 weeks now? 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's been a few weeks. I think it was maybe the end of the second week of October, maybe beginning of third. I think it was like October 19th is what I want.
Yeah.
I could look at my calendar here, but yeah, it's
Dude.
been a minute now. I shot a doe the night before. It was October 17th.
Okay.
So, yeah, was it October 17th or no? It was the 24th because I had a tournament on the 25th. So
Okay.
the 24th, and I shot a doe the night before on the 23rd, and I never fished a bass tournament so tired. Saturday the 25th. Like I was dragging. 2 nights in a row, I was literally dragging. And I told my partner the next morning, I was like, dude, I could never do murder because I just dragging deer out for 2 nights in a row. I was smoked.
Yeah. That's a lot of work. I praise you for that. But that's why you're eating so many backstraps. I couldn't figure out how you continuously had backstrap for about 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, dude. So I took my first day off of eating deer on this past Friday night. It was the first night. I think I went like 14 days or 15 days straight eating deer every day, and a lot of it was backstrap because I was eating backstrap off the doe that I shot the night before, and then the backstrap off the buck. They were 31 inches long a piece. So
Shoo.
that's
Yeah.
a lot of meat. I still got some in the freezer. So.
You might want to take a break for just a little bit, man.
Yeah.
The heart of winter's not even here, man. You gotta eat it all out.
Freezer's looking nice, dude. It's looking good now. So.
Good. All right. Well, before we get into all the good hunting stuff, let's talk about fishing. So most people are not even on the water anymore, but there's a few psychopaths out there like yourself. So there was a tournament this past weekend. What was it? Was it Chester County? Was it River Rats? What do you got?
It was Chester County. Yep. It was the last
Okay.
Chester County of the year. They do 2 cash events in the fall, meaning the point season is over and all of that, but they'll just do 2 cash events, and so it was one of those on Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. How many people showed up? How many boats?
I want to say there was probably, including the club boats, there was probably about 30 something, in that 30ish number. I didn't pay super close attention to the board, but just based on the parking lot, I'd say it was probably about 30 boats or so.
It's still a pretty solid turnout, I feel like, for this time of year, because I feel like pretty much bass fishing and deer hunting go hand in hand. Everybody who bass fishes during the summer is deer hunting this time of year, so
a lot of guys are, and the guys that aren't still in the deer woods and are still bass fishing this time of year are, they're fishing for a reason, and
right.
So it's like, the pool of the tournament size, the field may be a little bit smaller, but it's like when you look around, you still look at the boats and take off, and you're like, I'm fishing against the fish, but I also got to work my way through half a dozen guys here that are gonna freaking catch them every time.
Right.
Always.
So, what was the water temp?
So we had it got up to like 57 at the end of the day.
Okay.
So I got out on Friday morning for like 2 hours, and it was 52 on Friday morning. And anytime in the fall when you get these, you'll get these late October, early November warming trends. For the bass, it's game on. Like when that
Okay.
water, when they're in that 50-degree range where it's like the feed bag is on because they know winter's coming, and then
Hmm.
it warms up a little bit, and they really start to get, it just gets them going. And I was texting with my partner the night before, who, by the way, was I got to fish with Keith Cowan, the guy who I mentioned on our last show that really kind of brought me along on the bay. It was the first time we ever fished a tournament together on the bay, so to get a win was pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah,
And
that's dope.
for him to insist that we take my boat it was special. But yeah, I mean, I told him the night before, I was like, dude, I think they are gonna freaking chew their heads off, and they did. We had 2301. Second place was 2289. Third place was 2285.
Stupid, dude. Stupid.
Wow.
My God. How's
Yeah.
that? It doesn't even make sense, man. It's just when you sent that picture of them, those bass, I was like, oh my God, dude. Just every one of them just fat to the gills. It was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. I mean, stout, stocky, strong. I mean, every single one of them just absolute, just freight train, just to the max. It just, they're built different. They're built for the
Right.
bay.
So for people that may not know as much, in this time of year, those kind of water temps, what are you fishing structure wise, if anything, and what are you throwing?
Yeah. Um, so I'll put it straight simple. I mean, I I fish in the fall very similar to the way that I fish in the summer and in the spring. And when it when the conditions align for me to do that, I tend to I've been fortunate enough to do pretty well. And Mason got to see a good bit of this over the summer, and like I keep a pretty good pace when I fish. Like I'm not a sit on a spot for 10 minutes kind of guy. Like I am rolling. Like
Okay.
I'm looking for biters. I'm always I'm always looking for that collision to happen between us as anglers and a group of fish that are actively biting. Because when timing happens and you actually and that collision happens, that's when the special stuff happens. That's when you catch 2 5-pounders on one dock. So for this time of year, all the fish for the most part, I'm not going to say all, because as we keep learning more about bass behavior, we're learning that a lot of them do other stuff. But a lot of the fish this time of year are coming back into the Northeast River.
Okay.
And they spend their fall and their winter, because all the bait collects back there. They get out of that heavy current that you get out in the bowl, and so they're coming back into the Northeast. And you know, the way that I fish this time of year is I keep it moving, running through high percentage areas, and it's mainly dock fishing. I run a lot of docks, and I mean, we probably pulled the trolling motor up on Saturday 30 times. Like
Wow.
we moved a lot, and it's just all about hitting those highest percentage areas. And like if you were to look at a map of the Northeast River where it feeds in from the upper part of the bay, you can look at a map and see sections of docks where there's like 5 to 6 docks in a row, or 3 docks in a row, or 2 docks in a row. And then you start to look at them and you say, okay, well, these areas are going to get current. These areas are not going to get current. And when you start to get those bites and things click and you say, okay, they're on the docks that are getting current, or they're on the docks that are not getting current, that's how you can start to kind of put together the pieces to that pattern to where you start running. And, and then the next level is like, are we catching them on the fronts of docks? Or are we catching them on the backs of docks? And what's the tide? And how are they going to move as the tide changes? But long and short, we ran a lot of water. We fished fast, and I think every fish we weighed in, every fish we weighed in came on a spinnerbait.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was fast paced. I call it rolling docks. Like you're just, you pull up on a dock and you're not making long casts. You're making casts the same length that you would with a jig, but you're just doing it with the spinnerbait, and you're just trying to dime every single one of those poles. And once you get the cadence down and the speed of how they want that bait, you can really, really dial it in. And like you're covering a lot of water fast, but you're fishing slow at the same time, if that makes any sense, because you're not actually fishing your bait that fast. You're slow rolling the spinner bait over top or next to the poles, but your boat's moving fast and your troller's going fast, but your bait's moving slow when it's in the high percentage areas. So
I got you.
that
Okay.
was the deal, man. It was all spinnerbait fishing, a lot of close quarters combat, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
No, that sounds awesome. Yeah, I love a good spinnerbait bite. That is not what I would have thrown. But that's probably why I don't ever catch fish this time of year, because I'd have been out there just jerking that thing, baby. I'd just been out there jerking it.
There was some jerkbait fishing involved, man. Not gonna lie, it ended up not being the deal, but I do love throwing the jerkbait.
Yeah, it is not my favorite way to fish, but anytime it gets cold, I'm like, oh, they're probably just biting a jerkbait, and that's it. So we're jerking. But again, that's probably why, one, I don't catch fish in the cold, and two, I don't fish in the fall. So
yeah, I agree.
no, but that's sick, man. And that was a hell of a bag. I mean, when I saw that picture, I was blown away. I mean, when I saw a lot of pictures, I even saw I got a couple buddies in Delaware that run a small like pond style tournaments, and they were down in southern Delaware, and there were some freaking toads that came out of there too for a pond, and it was probably even colder than the bay was, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean they were just biting on Saturday.
Yeah.
Anytime you get a warming trend, fishing and hunting are the same but different, and we can get real deep here, but like pre-rut and post-rut and pre-spawn and post-spawn, there's so many similar factors that all do the same things. It's just generally flipped. Like on
right.
the warming trend, you see the warming trend and you're like, on the fish, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. We pray for the cold fronts because we know they're going to get up and get up and move and look for food. Same thing with fishing. You're praying for those warming trends because I don't know shit about fish anatomy and biology, but I imagine when it gets too cold, they're just sitting still, not burning energy, trying to preserve themselves for the winter. And the second
critter and a warm-blooded critter,
yeah, the second they feel that water just warm up on their backs just a little bit, it's like, this is weird. We should probably eat type thing,
Yeah. It's it's cool, man. And I'll let you guys handle the deer hunting talk on this thing, but last year I noticed post winter solstice, and this is hunting in like January, that those little warm ups in January did darn good things for the deer movement as well.
Yeah.
That's like far away post rut, and we're not even close to that yet. So I shouldn't have even done
it. I know Mason stops hunting in September 5th, but when it does get cold, I really enjoy it. I typically really like the late season, and I like it for two reasons. Because I like hunting the 1 to 2 snowstorms that we get. I love when there's snow on the ground. It makes the deer just do stupid things. And I agree. I love when it's been, 10 to 15 degrees for the high every single day. And then you get that one day where it's 25, 30 degrees. That's enough just to get that warmth on their back where they can get up and they'll stretch their legs more than they will just lay down and preserve energy and bed up all day. So that late in the year, it goes both ways, which again, I love hating the late season, and I know Mason doesn't ever want to put on a long sleeve shirt, but
yeah, once the mosquitoes die, Mason's like,
I'm mad.
Mason thrives in the mosquitoes and ticks. I just like to pick on Mason because he tags out every year, and I just eat tag soup every year, so it makes me feel good.
I don't want to go out there in the freezing cold and climb up in a saddle and be shivering with my bow. Like tonight was it's any colder, like might be getting down and heading back.
Oh my god, dude! It wasn't even cold today.
The wind rolling.
It was rolling. Yeah, it was.
Chilly tonight.
Yeah, I did not realize it was supposed to blow tomorrow. That kind of just really beats me down a little bit more. So I appreciate that.
Don't let it.
I mean, I don't have a choice. I already took off work, so I'm going hunting either way. Just,
Yeah.
I was planning on hunting field edges, and I'm not sure I was going to do that now. So
It's gonna blow hard all day.
yeah, that sucks. So thanks, Mason. Appreciate that.
I mean, November, anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean they walk today in the wind, and I know tomorrow will be harder, but I mean it's the rut, so I don't really think they mind too much. You know, it's not like early season and late season where they're just gonna hang tight in those bottoms when it blows too hard. But I don't know. We'll see. But that's enough rut talk. Well, enough whitetail rut talk. So most everybody that lives in Maryland knows that Sika deer are one of the most sought after Maryland creatures that live. And Mason's been trying to get his feet wet in that was last year your first year, Mason?
Yeah, I went and killed one on private a few years ago, but last year was chasing them really.
Okay. So for people that aren't familiar, you know, Southern Maryland, Dorchester County, even some of Southern Delaware, we have in the marsh, we have Sika deer, which are smaller, imported Asian type deer, I guess technically they're Asian, that came here a long time ago, and they thrive in the marsh of Southern Maryland, and they tend to rut in is it early October or is it? Yeah, it's early October to mid October, right?
Yeah, it's like the 8th to like the 12th is like the dates.
The peak.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like.
Right. So a lot of people start to chase them, September, October. I assume private land is all year, just like everything else. But public is, pretty much the Wild West, just like it is up here for whitetails. So did you draw a permit for Blackwater? You did not, right?
I forgot to do it.
Okay. So you can apply for a permit to Blackwater, which is probably the most popular public down there. But if you do not, there's other options. So you don't have to tell, spot specific where you went, but just kind of recap like what your mindset was going in, what kind of tactics you were going to try and use, what were you looking for, all those sorts of things leading up to your kill.
I mean, I guess a whole lot of luck. I rode down there the first morning, and I went to where I'd seen the most stags last year, and every sit over there I had encountered, missed a hind, so I felt pretty good about it. I went in, only one there, so I was feeling great. But all the way to 3, the sun comes up. I could see 2 people in saddles across the frag, not far from me. Had 2 hinds come through first light, just too dark to shoot. Come out, and there was like 7 or 8 trucks at the lot, which is a bummer because the area I was at wasn't really that big. So to see that many on a Thursday morning was rough.
Right.
So from there, I kind of knew I needed to do something different. I hunted some different areas, but I hadn't really scouted, so I kind of went around, jumped around a few areas, hunted the evening on the best sign I could find, which is on the dry land. Kind of same deal for whitetails. Like I was hunting wallows, which is like equivalent of a scrape, and didn't see any, only heard 1, but I felt really good about it. So I went back the next morning, same tree, same deal, hunting the wallows, didn't see any, only heard 1. So for the evening, I ended up scouting a couple different properties, just pretty much scouting the dry land, trying to find the hottest sign, and finding kind of an island out in the frag with some dry on it, and got in that for the evening. And pretty quick, I got in kind of late, and I mean, it was pretty quick. I could see I had a stag chase 2 hinds out in the frag, and then it was like I could hear them because it was real quiet. on that Friday evening.
Mhm.
So I long ways in the water, and I could tell one was a lot closer, and I'm guessing it was a stag pushing Hans, and I could just hear it was like splashing, splashing, splashing. Felt like it was going on forever, and then I heard a stick break, so I knew he was up on the island, and the island was only 20 by 30, so I knew pretty much as soon as he was in sight, he was going to get shot, and he came up out of the frag, came up onto the island. He was just kind of milling around. I guess they eat on like the leaves and the pine needles, I guess, because he was
Right.
just milling. Let him get in close to 12 yards. Went to draw, ended up making a noise.
Oh,
Those rests are tough. You know how like when you lose all like the friction in your rest and you draw,
Mhm.
it just creaks like just wide. It's just so loud.
yeah.
You ain't got hockey tape on that yet, or what?
Now still
I'll get some stealth tape on there.
felt tape on it, and then it changed the way I was shooting, so I took it off.
Oh no!
I ended up like half drew. It made a noise, and he looked at me. He looks away. I let down. I go to draw again. It does the same thing. So I ended up lifting my arrow with like the hand that was on my bow, just it was up over that rest to get back, and got on him and shot, and he ran out into the frag. I could hear him splashing, and then he did like a couple death moans, and that was it.
Hell yeah!
Kinda got
Yeah.
lucky.
So when you say you're looking for sign, you're talking about wallows. So yeah, I mean, try to explain that as best you can to people.
How
Like,
you finding sign in the water? From everything I understand, I'm like,
wow, this puddle looks a little muddy. I bet they were in here.
yeah.
So you have dry land, kind of like islands along. So I was just kind of pulling off and going in them. The problem is they all have sign, but it's kind of like hunting scrapes. Like you want to find the ones with the least pine needles in them, like they're the freshest.
Right.
But after sitting back-to-back days on the dry land and not seeing or even hearing any, I was just thinking like, do they have any reason to come up onto this dry land in the dark, in the daytime when they're getting pressed pretty hard by hunters from the beginning of September? So that's kind of why I ended up branching out. But I mean, like at least what I was finding, I would find a wallow line that would be like 15 to 20 of them, just right on the edge of the frag, all the way around the dry, and there'd be rub kind of along the line, just like a scrape line.
Right.
And honestly, what I was looking for the most was just tracks. And like in the water where I shot that one, I found a bubble trail and I found a few beds. So I knew I had pushed some going out, and that boosted the confidence pretty good.
Ah, yeah. I love hunting those bubble trails, man. Whew.
Yeah.
Tell you. It's like, I looked at those bubbles like, oh shit, I guess I just jumped a turtle. Huh.
No, I'm with you, Shane. I'm trying to wrap my head around this whole situation. It's hard. It's hard to make sense of it.
It is different. When I did it 2 years ago, we hunted all like dry land just because there were no like islands in this little pocket of marsh where we were. But that like all up and down the edge of the dry land, there was crazy trails where they were coming in and out. But there was a trail like every 5 feet. So it was so hard to figure out like, okay, this is their main one. You know, they were just like, it was just like anywhere that they could come through the dry land, they were. You know, there was no like distinct travel corridor. So like I was lost. You know, I was setting up on trails that they obviously didn't use that while I was there, but it looked good, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's trails everywhere, but I was just kind of telling myself, like, why would they come out of that frag when they're so safe?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know how much they use scent. Like, some people say they do, but like, I'm sure the thermals pull off dry land into the water. Even though it's flat, I would think there's some sort of movement with the wind there, and I just feel like, they're smart. Like,
right.
Road driving in, but once you're in there hunting them, like you don't see, at least me, haven't seen too many.
No, I mean, I've only seen one while I hunted. So let me ask you this. Were you paying attention to tide at all?
I wasn't, just because I felt like all the beds I was finding like out in the frag, you have like kind of a dry circle. It'd be like 2 feet by 2, and it was risen. It'd be risen a couple feet. So I kind of knew that I felt like they weren't really changing their bed based on tide, and I mean, I guess I just didn't really think too much of it. I don't know how much that affects them, like how much they move based off it. I guess if you had really high water, they'd probably come up onto the dry land, but
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they're smart enough that they're making their beds in areas where they know it's not going to flood out on a high tide. You know what I mean? You know,
yeah.
they're not, they don't want to lay in, at least I don't think they want to lay in water. I don't know that for certain, but it wouldn't make sense they'd want to. I mean, I know they'll, you know, travel in it. It's just so crazy that they live in the frag, dude. Like, it blows my mind that they just want to be in that shit. It's insane.
And they just walk through the water. Like when you can hear them splashing coming in, that's like it's like hearing leaves crunching first thing in the morning of a deer coming in. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, like when I did it, I mean, you could hear them out there bugling, and then like you said, like you could hear them out there splashing around, but the frag is so thick, like you can't see. You know, you got your little pockets that you're watching, little openings, but they don't ever have to like come through that.
I had like so where I was, I had needle grass patches. You know what that
Okay.
is? They were probably 50 by 50 yards. So I was kind of glassing them, and where I was hunting, I had 2 patches on each side of me. And I kind of didn't think they'd come out into them, but pretty much every deer I saw was walking right through it. So they seemed pretty safe, and that would come pretty much right up to mid-body on them. Threw it in the water.
Okay.
Eelgrass?
Yeah.
Hold on. You said eelgrass?
Needlegrass.
Needlegrass. Okay. I mean, you were talking about water, we're talking about tide, and I hear eelgrass. I'm like,
Rich is like, oh shit, should I bring my chatterbait or what?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
One thing, I don't know if there's anything to it, but all the places I was hunting in here, a lot of bugling, a lot of growling and mewing. I wasn't seeing deer, and when I kind of broke out of that, and like where I killed mine, and the next day I passed one up, I didn't have a tag for it. Like both sits, I only heard one the entire night.
Okay.
I don't know what there is to it, but it seemed like I saw a lot more when I wasn't focused on listening to them.
Do you think you were hearing other people calling when you were in all that, or do you think it's because you were in an area maybe where there was less hinds, so the stags were moving around a little bit more? I assume they're only really making all that ruckus when they're on the hinds, you know, just like how a buck is grunting when he's with the doe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can definitely tell when somebody bugles. It sounds pretty out of it. Like the first morning I was there, the guy that was about 100 yards from me was blowing on the call pretty hard. And, I mean, I guess he didn't see me or didn't care, because one would bugle out in the swamp and he would just start blazing around.
Yeah, let her eat. Blowing the Hail Mary duck call when there's no ducks around.
That's my go-to move, man. I'm going to call them in out of the abyss. You boys, hold on a minute. Nah, but that's sick, buddy. You know, that is something that I would like to check off the list. I'm sure a lot of people would like to check that off the list. It's just, man, it is tough hunting. And did you do a long weekend? You did a long weekend, right?
Yeah, I did 3 days.
3 days, but you were planning on staying as long as it took, right?
I mean, yeah, I was just going to keep going down.
Yeah. That's the problem. The other thing that also kind of freaks me out about hunting those is like when I went down, I was like, you know, all excited I was going to kill one and stuff. And then the more I was hunting them, the more I was like, if I kill one, I'm going to get lost in the frag in the dark here trying to track this thing. Because like then after like we got back, I started doing research on like how these people like trail these things. Like some people will tie ropes up and hang glow sticks on them and stuff because they can go far in the frag.
Yeah,
you know, I don't. Go ahead. Sorry.
that's kind of what they do. Is like we'll carry like a rope behind them and drag it, like tie off to something.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I was not prepared for that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So,
I kind of was able to just follow my bubble trail, but the water that he went through was kind of up past the vital, so I didn't have that much blood on the frag. But luckily, he just stayed on the main trail, or else might not have found him because it's so easy. I mean, you know how it is. Like, there's so many trails that just V off,
right.
like all directions. If you're not on blood or not on bubbles, like, feel like a lot of stags get lost out there.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm sure because they're so short. You know, I didn't even think about that part. Like you were saying, the water was right up to the vitals. I mean, they're only what, like 3 feet tall, not even. So, you know, 2 foot of water. It's up to our knees, but it's all the way up to their, their double lungs.
Yeah, true.
So that is tough. See, like that, like, bro, you guys wouldn't even know me now because I'd be a skeleton out in the marsh right now, just in the frag. I'd been lost forever. Whitney had been sending a search party out for me.
We have thermal drones.
It's just like, come get me.
It all looks the same.
I know, dude. It's crazy. It is crazy. But it's cool. I mean, like I said, I would definitely love to check it off the list. I would like to do it, you know. But I mean, I've done it. I'd like to kill one. It's just, I just don't have time.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah,
if I could hunt them a lot more, I feel like something you could probably figure out down there. I feel like the locals down there have it pretty figured out and dialed in.
Yeah, I'm sure. Just like you up here, you got it pretty figured out and dialed in. So if you were down there where you could do it every day, you probably would.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, land's cheap down there. You could you're single. Just move down there.
Land ain't that cheap.
It's pretty cheap down there.
I don't know.
You can I saw 140 acres the other day for sale down there for 250 grand. You can't even buy a house up here for 250 grand, homie.
Can you build on it?
Probably not. No. But you'd have a nice hunting property.
True. There's much public down there that you can hunt.
Yeah.
Like
there is a lot of public down there.
Yeah.
Did you hunt Blackwater last year when you did it?
No, I've never hunted it.
Okay.
I was all just Forest and Fishing Bay.
Yeah, I got you. Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad you got one. I was pretty stoked when you sent the picture. You're getting it mounted, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I come in the next day that was also a 4, but he didn't have eye guard, so he was just two on top on each side. But
okay,
that was kind of the same deal. Like there was like 2 trees out in the frag, so I knew there was something dry, and I just went out to him for the final evening, and I mean, he kind of just came right in on it.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. How do you score those things?
It's, I mean, pretty similar to scoring an elk. I don't know how to describe it here, but just measuring the eye guards.
Okay.
Inside spread.
So, like, what's a big one measure? Like, what's a big one go at?
I mean,
14, 16
record 80, but like 50 is book. Like mine,
okay.
You could have a big 4-point go 50.
Okay.
But pretty much any 6-point is over 50. That's kind of like, you know, the holy grail of sticking deer.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
How tall are the tines? Like from like the top of their head to like up.
I mean, you could have a big one probably be, I don't know, 1.5 feet.
Yeah. Okay. So like 12 to 16 inches, roughly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah. I would definitely like to have one for the wall. I'll tell you that. If you'd like to, you know, boys, I'm sure, Rich, are you getting your buck mounted?
Yeah, I got 3 at the taxidermist right now.
Oh my God, boys! When you get them back, look, I got all this open space here. Yeah. We'll hang them all in here because I don't shoot anything, so I got plenty of space for you guys here. They'll look great in my house.
Waylon will be filling it up before long.
I sent Whitney that video today of that 7-pointer I passed. I was like, show Waylon this. She like immediately texts me back. It's like, Waylon's telling me to tell you to shoot it. It's like, okay. Yeah. Stupid.
Why aren't you shooting this thing? Like,
I know. I'm telling you, if he comes by me again in 20 to 30 mile an hour winds, he might not survive. All right. I hope so, buddy. I hope so. I could use a little luck. It's been a while. All right. October, what'd you say? October 24th. Yeah. Let's hear the story. Let's get it.
Part of it, like, it's just so the plan was for me to be filming Mason. Like I said, because I had just shot a doe the night before, and I've had a realization about myself this year a lot as a hunter, and my stomach controls my brain in a lot of things. Like, I like eating deer. I really like eating deer, and I had pretty much almost eaten. I'd eaten about 2/3 of the doe I shot in September by that point. So, like, I was getting hungry. So the night before, I had shot one, and I'm like, you know what? I got another one in the freezer now. Check. I'm sure I can get another doe in the freezer before the end of the year. And I want to kill a buck, right? I definitely want to kill a buck. But I was like, you know what, Mason? Let's go somewhere. Let's go somewhere we think we could see some deer. I'm feeling pretty confident with the camera set up now. Like, let's go do this. So we do, and yeah, I mean, it was, I guess, too small for Mason. Plenty big enough for me. And so the deer. I didn't score it, but Mason, if you had to guess, what do you think it was? I don't even know how to score deer.
110, 115.
Okay, all right. So that's what it was. I was gonna say like 120, but
damn. Come on, Mason, give him a few inches. God damn.
Got shot down.
Yeah, and so we saw the deer, or Mason saw the deer. And we weren't sure at first. And Mason should be telling the story. He did all the work. And so he blew the grunt call, and the thing comes right in on a string and gets close enough. And he's like, it's not a shooter for me, but do you want it? And I'm like, sure. And my release went on.
On the deers are like 10 yards. Keep this in mind.
Like,
he came and he just browsing everything in sight.
The deer was at like 10 yards, like really, really close. And if you watch the video on my Instagram, you can see actually how close it was. It stayed there. When we looked at the camera afterwards, the footage. He stayed there for 9 minutes and 36 seconds. He stayed right there. Okay. Now, let me break this down for you. I was camera guy on this. So I brought my bow, like, just in case, right? But it's on, like, the other side of the tree, like, as far out of the way as you can possibly get it. And, like, the direction that it did not need to be for me to shoot this deer. So there was a lot that had to happen before the moment of drawing back and shooting the thing. So, like, you say, like, you want to shoot the deer? And I'm like, I haven't really seen it yet. But, like, oh, there it is. Hell yeah, I'll shoot that deer. And so I got to get the release on. Yeah, got that, dude. All right, I gotta get my bow off the hanger now. Get the bow off the hanger. Check. Gotta get the arrow knocked. I get the arrow knocked. My broadhead, my expandable Rage broadhead, somehow opened up inside.
Fully expanded.
Yes. It was 5 years.
It's fully expanded. The broadhead is from. I bought the broadhead in like 2011. And so it's on the end of my bow, and like one of the things is like is out, and like I'm like with my finger like trying to fix it, what I mean? And I finally get it like fixed, and at this point now it's only been like 2 minutes and 12 seconds, and this thing stands there for another 7 minutes, just like chilling, like unfixed. And again, so like I was not supposed to be the shooter. So I am so far out of position you could ever even imagine. And I'm like leaned back in my saddle, posted up on one leg. And by the time this thing actually comes out, dude, if it didn't come out when it did, it was all going to be a wrap because my hamstring was starting to cramp. Like I'm locking up, and it finally takes the 2
Holy shit, man.
4 steps that it needs to take for me to shoot. And in the video, as you can see, I drew back, pointed, and shooted. There was no waiting, no nothing. All the buck fever that had gone so far away because I had to get through an A through E checklist before I even had a chance to shoot the damn deer. So
oh my god,
here. I hit it, I guess, pretty good. I didn't think I hit it super great, like right off the rip, because my shot was a little bit low, and I had like a real steep angle, so we weren't 100% sure. But like looking back on it, we heard that deer die like in less than 2 minutes. We had to. Well, we were down in a bottom, and of course the deer runs halfway up the hill. And then the damn thing dies and falls all the way back down the hill. So like, thanks, bro. Like, you made it. He could have just went up the hill and laid down there and died, but no, he rolled all the way back down the hill. And yeah, that was about it. We drug it out, or I drug it out, and I wouldn't let Mason help me because I wanted that pain. And yeah, it was awesome. It was badass.
Yeah, the video was sick, but I like how Mason sent me a video of you shooting it, and it literally, I was like, damn, Rich shoots a compound like a traditional bow, just pull back and let go.
Dude, just pull back and go, man. I don't know. That's the way I've always. It's actually the way I've always shot, and I tongue in cheeked that a whole lot, just to have fun with the conversation, but I knock on wood, I told Mason early on this year, I was like, dude, I don't know what it is. I don't shoot a lot, but like I've always been pretty good with a bow, and I don't like settle the pin. Like I don't really aim. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Like, and I think
it's straight. It's straight instinct.
I mean, like I've shot way more ducks in my life than I'll ever shoot deer, as any duck hunter would. But like, there was some years in my life where if I wasn't shooting 200 ducks a year, I wasn't satisfied. And obviously, when you're duck hunting, there's no aiming; it's all just up, sweep, and go. And I don't know. I kind of shoot a bow the same way. Like I look at where I want to shoot first, and once I'm back and settled, I just send it. And thankfully, it's worked. And yeah, it was a super, super awesome experience. I couldn't have done it honestly without Mason, and I'll forever be grateful for that. It was freaking awesome.
It sounds super cool. When did you see him and then grunted at him, or were you blind grunting and pulled him over?
We saw him. He was over on the neighboring property, and he was early. He was real early, and like just got a slight glimpse. He was a pretty solid buck, and started calling, and then lost sight of him for probably a minute or two, and then it's like we got that sight of him dropping down into the marsh, and it was on the stream from there until he got close. But when he got to like that 10-yard mark, we could hear a deer behind us, and I think that's what kept him so close.
Right.
because he stayed on us for a while.
Yeah, 10 minutes is a long time, man. Good God.
It was a while. Honestly, it was amazing that I guess it was supposed to happen the way that it did, because like I just described, there was a lot going on in that tree, and there was a lot that had to happen before
Yeah.
shot could get.
I'll tell you what, dude, it always fascinates me when I'm deer hunting and there's all this open woods and you're in a spot where they could come from anywhere, and they always play the part perfectly. They always walk exactly how they're supposed to right past you. Like when you do shoot one, especially like that time of year when they're cruising, or this time of year when they're chasing, it's like you pick this one random tree to climb in this whole entire woods, and they somehow walk perfectly 10 to 20 yards exactly how they're supposed to. And it always just fascinates me how it works out like that.
Yeah. I mean, it did. It came right to the tree. Like, right to the tree.
And you only had a shoot.
What's that?
Like, I think you only had a super small gap to shoot.
Oh, it was tiny. I mean, my shooting window was not a designed shooting window. Like, I was there trying to get Mason shooting one on camera. And,
right.
Full of limbs. Full of limbs.
Yeah, full of limbs. Yeah.
Well, that's probably why it stayed so long. You guys recovered good.
Yeah, just getting in. Yeah, I mean, the deer's thinking like, somebody have to be an idiot to be in. What? There were 2 of them in that tree.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can only imagine what it's like being in a tree with both of you. I would like to experience that one day. I would love to sit in a tree next to you guys.
Let's do it. Let's bring people in the tree. Why not? We
might as well. No, that's Jesus.
Right one.
It was a perfect shot though, right? It was like you tucked it in right behind the shoulder. Yeah. Like right in that little crevice.
Yeah, a little lower than I would have liked for it to have been. I would because of how steep the shot angle was. It would have liked if it went in a little bit higher. We wouldn't have probably had to wait so long. Well, I say so long. We didn't wait that long, but yeah.
I mean, did you at that level? Did you clip heart?
No, heart was clean. Nope, heart was clean.
So you just catch both bottom parts of the lungs.
Yeah, I would guess. I mean, we had good blood. Like,
yeah,
had a lot of blood. And
once we heard him death when we knew that was a wrap. I felt like.
Yeah. Okay. So here's something I wanted to bring up on this show. By the way, so yeah, so I've been on the other side of this a lot of times, where like I've been blessed enough to like catch that like last fish at the end of the day where I'm like, I know it's wraps, it's toast, and like I know I've high-fived my partner's hand like way too hard, just got like scared. Dude, we heard this thing, now looking back on it, we heard this thing fall all the way down the hill, and then Mason heard what I now know is the death moan, and he freaking turned around, and I swear to God, it was like his eyes turned black. He smacked my leg so hard, so fired up, and I was like, oh, this motherfucker is different. We are not the same. The level that he got fired up for somebody else's deer, for him to think it had just died, I was like, oh, okay, now it makes
hell
sense.
yeah.
Well, we were in limbo for like 2 minutes probably.
Yeah.
Like limbo.
Yeah.
But like, it looked good.
Dude, when I saw like the face come over Mason when he heard this thing die, I was like, I do not want to be something in the woods that this dude is trying to kill. Like,
stays mad at him, man. Come on.
Mad at him. Like, honestly, that was one of like the most memorable parts of it, was like Mason knowing it's dead and like him turning around and like letting me that he thinks it's dead, and I was like, damn, like this dude is serious.
That's awesome, man. It's so cool to have somebody there with you to be a part of it. I mean, it's special in every way, you know. I mean, I can remember that's exactly like all the bucks I killed when my dad was with me when I was younger. It's like the same way. Like,
Yep.
you know, you don't think anybody could get so hyped for somebody else to kill one, you know, and then it's like,
Yeah.
it's a cool feeling.
Yeah.
But that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Who'd you take it to, Rich, to have it mounted?
Upper Bay Taxidermy.
Okay, you took it to Travis.
Yeah, yep. I took it to Mike Travis.
Mike, yep.
They've got my two Virginia deer there from last year, and this one. So like, it's gonna be when I get my mounts back, it's gonna be awesome. You know, like I'm from having no mounts in my house to like now I'm looking around like, where am I gonna fit all these things?
That's the best, man. At least you don't have a girl there telling you what you can do and not do.
Yeah.
It's all right. Hopefully Whitney's not listening. It's fine. Nah, that's sick. And Mason, where did you take you took yours you took your big one to Mike, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's got to be close to done, right?
Oh, he's like a 20-ish months, so I got another.
Okay. God, another year. Holy smokes, man.
And they said when I dropped mine off last year, they said 12 to 18 months.
Yeah. My buddy Chris had 2 there, and each one took like 2 years. Yeah, I know. At one point, I was like thinking about trying to learn taxidermy, and I messaged him to ask if like he was open to teaching, and he was like, "Dude, I'm so busy that I just can't even I don't have time to even teach anybody how to do it." You know.
I mean, when it comes to that, though, it's like you don't want the guy that's not busy.
Right.
Like they're busy for a reason, and if you're gonna have a mount for the rest of your life, you want it to look good. So.
Yeah, especially with how much they cost nowadays, too, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But well, shit, boys. You guys are having a hell of a season, and I am just riding the goddamn struggle bus. It's tough over here.
It's all turning around tomorrow, Shane.
Yeah, we'll 20 to 30. My 5 to 9 at 20 to 30, baby. Oh, shoot. God, man. It's going to be so hard to get up tomorrow morning to knowing that it's, what does that say?
West, 20 to 30.
I like how it says higher wind gust possible. Cool. Cool. I better find the thickest tree in the woods tomorrow.
Yeah, sit in some saplings or some CRP. Dude, I hunted last week, last Friday. I guess it was Halloween. And it was 15.5 that night. Dude, I had a tree fall so like close enough to me to where I got down. I got out.
Yeah, that's
like I was like, this is not worth it. You know, like where I was hunting was like right on the edge of the bay, and the wind is hitting it like directly, and like there's no woods knocking the wind down. It's just coming straight off the bay. And then I get to looking in front of me, and I'm like, oh, this giant tree in front of me is like mostly dead.
You got to live the edge, man. Come on.
A limb's freaking falling off. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put this camera out somewhere and just keep going for a walk.
Man, I was in a good one tonight. It was like it was strong enough to hold me, but it was just giving me one of these all night. I was like about to just fall asleep in there with it. It was nice.
Good stand for an all-day sit tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I did an all-day sit last week. Man, by like 1 o'clock, I swear to God, I've just kept feeling this happening. I'm like, oh God, just hang in there.
Yeah. For everybody that's just listening on audio.
Yeah, sorry. We were here just nodding off.
What he was doing, he was just hitting the Kensington Fall out.
Man, if you're from Philly and you're listening to this, I'm sorry. Oh boy. All right, fellas. We got anything else before we wrap this up?
Hopefully we have something to talk about after tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up, Mason. Come on.
Hopefully, after tomorrow, we're fitting in a podcast to go recap everything.
Yeah, if I do kill one, we'll do it before you leave. But I don't know if Dan's listening. Shout out to Big Rig. He got himself a nice one. I texted him. He said he would. He said he would come on and talk about it.
That one needs to be.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. So shout out to him. He said it measured like 140 something.
45.
That's pretty much spot on with what his other one measured, right?
His other one was like 138.
Okay, shoot, still 2 at the 140 mark is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So,
Rich and Dan.
What was that?
Rich and Dan collab.
Oh yeah, that it is needed. He said he would come on. We'll do that one in person because you know how he is. So, all right. Well, nothing else. Nothing. No. All right, cool. Let's wrap it up. We appreciate you guys listening. It's the Upper Bay Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Go follow us on all those, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.